Hello everyone, this is Mason, or FPS Gamer for short, and today we're doing a hardware review of the KM780 gaming keyboard by Gskill, with its matching MX780 mouse. Now this is my first endeavor into anything specifically gaming oriented as far as peripherals go. The keyboard I managed to get for $84.99 and the mouse I got for $49.99. We're going to start things off with the keyboard, and you'll see that there's a laundry list of features on this keyboard. A lot of these things listed are pretty much as standard now on anything that's gaming themed, but some of them are actually unique to this specific keyboard. The mouse also has a lot of features that are specifically aimed at gamers. Now on to the unboxing. Starting things off with the mouse, immediately you can tell by picking up the box it's got some weight to it, and opening up the box you can see that there's this little window in front that allows you to see the device itself. And this is obviously a testament to the fact that gaming oriented devices are a lot about showmanship. They're about kind of like showing off, but opening things up you can see what comes in the package is pretty much basic. You have the mouse itself as well as a few attachments and the manuals and whatnot. The cord for the mouse is actually made of this high-end nylon paracord type material. The mouse itself has a soft plastic feel. I mean, it's definitely plastic, but it's got this non-slip soft texture to it that's good for gamers that maybe get sweaty after long periods of gaming. Now, this is subjective, but I prefer to have a very hard, tactile feeling when I click and scroll. I like getting that strong feedback. It's just a preference of mine, and this mouse definitely delivers. So that may not be good for you, but for me, I actually really like that. Another unique feature here are these magnetic side panels that can be removed and traded for different pieces. It also comes with these magnetic weights that are 4.5 grams each. I decided to put both of them in there. I like having that stronger feedback in my devices, so putting those weights in there definitely makes a difference. And here you see a closer look at those side skirts on the mouse for resting your fingertips on so they don't drag on the mouse pad. It's not a really big deal for me personally, but after a few days of using the one with the little skirts, I actually really prefer it. And the texture on this matches the rest of the mouse. It's plastic, but it has this soft texture on it, and of course it's held on there with a magnet. And finishing things off, it comes with a little tool for removing the weights or other extensions for the mouse. Moving on to the keyboard, you can see that it is absolutely massive. I like to keep all my boxes and kind of display them, so I'm trying to be careful as I open it. Immediately I noticed that this has some weight to it, and upon a closer observation I found a majority of the product is metal. Obviously what you're going to be touching most of the time is plastic, but behind the keys, on the plate that the keys are resting on, you can see it's this brushed black aluminum. The cord on the keyboard matches the mouse. It's this nice textured material. It has a USB interface on the keyboard itself, but what I didn't expect to find was an input for a microphone and headphone jack. Now for me personally, I don't really need that, but for some people who have their computers up in a cubby or under the desk, having them right there readily available on the keyboard is really nice. Now using the keyboard is a very inviting experience. It's very sturdy. I'm trying to bend it and it doesn't have any give whatsoever. It also comes with this wrist rest that has that same soft plastic texture that you found on the mouse. I've never really needed to use a wrist rest before, but having it on there, I've actually grown to like it quite a bit. Now this is a unique feature to this keyboard, is this extension that clips onto the top of the keyboard, and it comes with a case full of alternative keys. It also has a key puller for replacing those. And obviously they're red and they stand out a little bit more. And these are specific for the interaction keys that you typically find on a PC game. I really love these keys. They're Cherry MX Reds, very clicky, a lot of feedback. Again, that's all personal preference, that's subjective, but I really like that strong feedback for my peripherals. The scroll wheel at the top of the keyboard is nice for changing the volume. Right there on the keyboard, and it has a little display to show you what the volume level is at. And these keys can be swapped out at any time to give your fingers a nice little differentiation between the traditional keys and your action buttons. And obviously if you play a lot, you know exactly where those keys are going to be, but it looks cool, and if you look closely you can see they're actually sloped if you look at the directional keys, and that obviously is there to prevent your fingers from sliding off. The mouse is really a joy to use. I really like this mouse a lot. I like that it's customizable for your everyday user. It's obviously not as customizable as a lot of other mice out there, but I really like it and I like the feedback that it gives. And it works in tandem with the keyboard. It has this little cord holder on the keyboard, and that provides you with an amount of slack that meets your personal preference. The keyboard and mouse match perfectly with my new setup. You can see my PC is on the right, and my keyboard and mouse showing red LEDs, and this can be fully customizable. The mouse is complete RGB with a bunch of different effects. I personally think it looks best red because it matches everything else. The keyboard comes in two variations, a full RGB version and one that's just red. Obviously I wasn't going to do any color other than red, so I saved a little bit of money and just got the red one. I turned on the breathing effect for the keyboard, but there's a lot more advanced effects that you can use if you prefer, but I find them to be a little bit distracting. I love this new setup. It's great. It's great for productivity. It's great for gaming. I actually edited this video using this mouse and keyboard, and gaming is a lot of fun, obviously. It's amazing the kind of difference having higher end peripherals will make. Thanks again for checking this video out. Links to these peripherals on Newegg or Amazon is in the description below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I'll catch you in the next one.